Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are on planet Earth. So, earlier this afternoon, I tried to do an update and just lost reception. It may happen again. If it does, I'm just going to give up for today. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, I don't have that good a reception, and so it may play up, unfortunately. So let's just get stuck straight into the information, hey? Okay, so resharing someone else's information. I don't have who wrote this, but it says here, this is for your reference and for you to mull over to decide what you think. I'm getting the feeling that we are close. Pilots sick and some have died, flights being grounded, delays. Heard a rumour flight controllers will rebel from the magic serum. And it will carry through to other unions. All the cargo ships being held up in their ports, frozen offshore by friend Laurie, thinks this is the start heading towards the EBS, Emergency Broadcast System. As she said, you can't have all those people flying around when the EBS is on. Is this the beginning of the complete airport shutdown? For the last 3 years, I warned people about flying south from Canada because we just didn't know the timing. They were called back home and their vacations were cut short in the spring. Not sure if that was 6 months ago or 18 months ago. I forgot, but it's not important. So who is the big guy? I think he is one of Trump's bodyguards. I'll post another below. As many as you heard some rumblings about him appearing in Dallas in early November at a rally. NEG48 said he would introduce his parents. We shall see. I thought JFK died. Thanks for the reminder. Where we go all, we go one. Where we go one, we go all. Kiss my Canadian ass, Trudeau. Okay, Earth Alliance Space Weather Watch in progress. This is for the 10th of the 10th. It's 5 days old already. A Pleiadian light forces space weather broadcast to the starseeds of Earth. The Earth Alliance reports that several Earth hours ago, a powerful M16 class solar flare was ejected from the sun's corona and is inbound now at almost 2 million miles per hour on a direct impact path towards Earth. The latest extreme ultraviolet light wave was projected to directly impact the surface on Monday evening, which is 4 days ago. And will spark strong geomagnetic storms. The KP index is expected to rise late Sunday and reach level 5 when this CME hits. Earth's magnetosphere is under extreme pressure right now and is stretched to the max as it takes a pounding from the last blasts of solar energy. The Earth Alliance says increased global tectonic plate activity will be likely to occur from this powerful geomagnetic storm. Light leaders from all around the planet are already receiving an increasing number of ascension symptom reports from Earth starseeds. Light beings understand that cosmic and solar light particles are the primary force that activates and recodes DNA, which triggers the ascension process. When these magnetic light particles impact the auric field, it can jar one's energy field for a moment until the light information is fully integrated at the cellular level. Be sure to eat light energy foods and drink lots of pure water right over the next couple of days. You have to slow down and just take it easy when the light comes in hard like this. Be in nature to ground, meditate an hour, and keep those crystals nearby to channel the energy through your body and into the earth. As this high vibrational light is integrated into your DNA, 24 hours later, you will emerge as an entirely new creation and a literal brand new being where things are lighter, easier, and more wonderful. This is your ascension. A great one. Vibrational resonance increasing all around the world tonight. So stand by, embrace for impact. This is what you are made for. Let us know what ascension symptoms you may be experiencing at this time. Godspeed. Monitor the Schumann resonance live in our space weather tools page at 5dearthproject.com space weather tools. Probably got one more hidden away for you here. Okay, from Cobra. Cobra, would you like to give a brief synopsis of what the event is? Cobra. Yes, of course, the event is a... The event is a moment of compression breakthrough. The compression breakthrough is when the light forces from above the surface of the planet and below the surface of the planet meet in the middle. That is on the surface of the planet. I hope that we all agree that there are certain factions that support the light and support the liberation that exists inside the solar system. There are some factions that support the light and the liberation of the planet that are existing below the surface. They're progressing towards the surface of the planet because the surface of the planet is the main battleground, is the main focus of all this situation that is not just limited to the planet Earth. When this breakthrough happens, this is what we term the event. The event is actually many things at the same moment. It is when the light forces take over the mass media and release intel about extraterrestrial involvement, about the crimes of the cabal, about the advanced technologies. So, full disclosure. This is part of it. The other part is the mass arrest of the cabal. The other part of it is financial reset that the Eastern Alliance has been preparing for a long time. And of course, we have been gradually going towards the first contact, which is an actual official contact between the Earth civilization and other positive extraterrestrial races that exist throughout the galaxy. And the event is a trigger point which begins that process. That's the short overview of what the event is. And of course, we have the pulse from the galactic central sun. The galactic central sun is a living entity, and it times the pulse of energy according to our global awareness and the level of that awareness and the level of the awakening. And when we have this compression breakthrough, the level of awakening is high enough for humanity to receive the pulse of increased energy from the galactic center. And I'm pretty sure that's about it right now. So for those who are into cryptos, those who have crypto investments, I just want to mention a few things about that. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, they've always been up the top, and they've already done their explosion thing, and they're up, and they will go higher. But if you want to make big money on them, you've got to have big money already in them for when it just goes nuts very soon. It's supposed to go nuts But there is rumors that before it goes nuts and everything goes to the moon, it's possible that there could be a collapse, which will collapse everything by 80%, somewhere in the next, I don't know, I'm thinking 7 days, because of what's coming up for Biden around the 18th and the 20th, and the because America, that's when their debt deadline is to be paid, which I think they're not going to be able to pay. So it'll be like the government in America will go into shutdown, but then that could also activate the EBS or anything, or Trump could reappear, or there could be mass arrests. We're not sure how it's all going to play out, but anyway, there's potentially something very, very important for the planet happening around the 17, 18, 19, 20th. So all eyes on that period. But also watch the whole economic system, the whole global financial system. Could be teetering on a big drop. I don't even know. Like, some people think that gold and silver is safe, but there's some suggesting it's not, that it's going to devalue. I don't know. I really don't know. But some people are saying, do we pull our money out now and wait for the drop and then chuck it back in before the big, it all goes to the moon? But anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't know whether to pull the money out now or wait 3 more days and pull it out, or whether it's too late and it should be now, or just leave it in and let it just lose 80%, but then let it just bounce back and then go to the moon. Of course, if you knew the timing and you're really good at knowing when to take it out and waiting for the 80% drop, if that is in fact going to happen, and then put it back in, then of course then you're going to go to the moon even more, aren't you? But there's a risk in that. You could miss it going to the moon. I don't know. But it could be just going to the moon, or it could be dropping down and then going to the moon. And a lot of cryptos may just disappear and go away. But I'll give you a list of what the experts are saying are ones that are going to stick around. So there is, I'll start with the main ones that I'm aware of first, and then I'll give you that list. Okay, here we go. So XRP Ripple. So many different organizations through potential regulation of crypto. XRP is getting a lot of green light, and XRP may become the newest and most prominent crypto on the planet as far as being used and utilized by humanity. So while Ethereum and Bitcoin will probably still go to the moon, but there will be a transition through the regulation where XRP Ripple may potentially become the most important crypto on the planet, as far as governments and regulation and, being environmentally friendly in how it's approached and everything. And they've ticked all their boxes. The business people have done everything legitimately, legally, in a court of law with XRP, and it's been caught up in a court case. But as soon as that, and then shortly, it could just go bang. And so at the moment, XRP is worth $1, $1.52, and it's almost $1.53 in value. So remember back when Bitcoin was worth bugger all, and it went nuts. So these, what I'm telling you about here, are the coins of potential crypto coins of the future that haven't had the bull run like Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are already self-hyper-inflated in a sense, because they've become so much that one coin is worth, say, 50 or 60,000, right? These coins that are going to increase are only $1.50 each. And remember, Bitcoin and Ethereum were way down there low too when they started. So these are the ones of the future that could do their bull run, just like crypto. So if you missed Bitcoin and that, what I'm telling you here is about some that you could potentially make some money out of and even become a millionaire very quickly. So there's XRP Ripple. Cardano is another one, and that is related to use of blockchain, and it's also connected to, unfortunately, artificial intelligence and blockchain technology and the way computer systems interact across the planet in relation to artificial intelligence. And Hanson Robotics, who operate with Sophia, the AI, a lot of these, if robotics and artificial intelligence is going to have a role to play in the future of assisting humanity in a good way, not in an evil, bad way, but in a good way, supporting humanity with automation and the automation industry of mass production of things where we have machines and 3D printers and sort of an artificial intelligence thing that takes care of industry as far as building stuff. Then one of the platforms for that is Cardano. The other name for Cardano is ADA. Cardano ADA. So the first one's XRP Ripple. The other one is Cardano. Then there is potential one on, well, I'm not sure about that one. But then there is ICP. Its other name is Internet C. All of these ones I'm reading out to you are available for Australians on CoinSpot. Another one is Hedera hashtag. I think it's Hedera Hashgraph. Hedera, Hedera Hashgraph. Hedera Hashgraph. There is another one, Polymath, and it has the symbol of the bull, and it also says poly. Then there is Quant, QNT, which stands for, well, there's another one called Quantum, but I'm pretty sure it's QNT, it's not QTUM. There's one called QTUM, standing for Quantum, but I think it's Quant, QUANT, QN or QNT. Another one that has potential, where is it? And that's that for them, right? That's that for them, which are available for Australians on CoinSpot, but probably for other people who are watching this in other parts of the world on other crypto platforms. Now I'll read you some other ones by the experts that are saying they're pretty important and may be some of the ones that have a role to play in the future of a new system, be that the Positive Alliance system or be that the Cabal's New World Order financial system, which we don't want. But if they were to succeed and that was the negative timeline we're on, you definitely want to have these cryptos and at least be one of those rip people. And here comes Dan. He should get on. I should invite him on so he can talk about this because he knows a lot more that's going on. Let me know if you want to come on and I'll get you on. Are you scared? Are you nervous? Are you shy? Okay, these are four more that were mentioned. There's Zinfin, Lota, Stella, and Algorithm. ELGORYM. And I have one more to share that was brought to my attention today. Bugger, is that it? Yeah, here it is. And this comes from XRP YouTuber, The Bearable Bull. He says, "Hello, this is The Bearable Bull here with another average bit of content for you today." And he would say, "Multivac is a crypto I gave an A rating to a few weeks ago, and now just retraced to 1.3 cents for a day while finding aggressive support and now consolidating right below 2 cents. I believe this undervalued gem is about to explode in value in the upcoming. Would highly recommend all of you get some exposure if you can. Multivac is available on Qcoin. So that was a bit of me impersonating the bearable bull, but that's what he recommends with that. So, before November starts, I don't know, it feels like, in the last 10 days of October, we're gonna see the complete shit hit the fan with because everything, the machinery of the last, I could call it 100 years or 60 years, but if we talk about the modern age, sort of 1970s, 1980s, and everything has just built upon itself, and then it's just been like this machine that's been running. And right now, because of this intervention of the emergency situation, this medical emergency situation and all that, it's all engineered, of course, it's all starting to fall apart because the rhythm of that economic boom that has gone through the decades and has been climbing, and new people are being born, and the old generations are dying off, and new people are being born, and it's just this machine that keeps going. But all of a sudden, the energy's changed on the planet. The energy is no longer what it was, and this machine, its frequency and vibration, it cannot reach that new height of what is demanded for these frequencies that are hitting the Earth, and it cannot function. It is going to die. It is going to transform, shift, change, and we're at that time now. We're days away. It's not a week or something. So there's shitloads of ships across the planet sitting out in the seas. There is thousands of boats, shipping containers, oil containers. It's with consumerist goods in them for shops. This is the, what do you call it, the import-export industry of the planet. It is in an emergency situation. There is a bottleneck, like after there's been an accident on the freeway, and then you have this backing up of cars until someone comes and moves stuff, and then it takes a while for everything to begin moving again, and for that space between the cars, and because of a giant traffic jam. The world economy right now, there's been a crash up in front, and we're in all those cars behind, starting to wonder why we have to stop and why there is a traffic jam. We're right there right now, and so we're going to, and then it's like receiving the broadcast. You get to hear on the radio that there's been a serious crash up in front of you about a kilometer, and there's a kilometer of cars in front of you, and then it's going to take some time to clear it before everyone can move on and get on with their lives, right, in a traffic jam situation. So that's what it's like with the whole economy, and the manifestation of that within the physicality is like all those boats out in there in the ocean, and things aren't moving, things aren't getting in, fuel, products, all sorts of stuff, shortages, auto parts for stuff, even for the cars. Like, there's a possibility that some of the most well-known vehicles on the planet where you get spares, if the spares aren't in and they need to be shipped in from Japan or something, like Toyota parts or something for cars, there is a potential that there is going to be a delay on that, and if you have a breakdown in your car, then you can't get the parts in to fix it. These are very real things right now. We're at this teetering edge of where we can't rely on the sustainability of what has been the norm and the trust in the world of commerce for the last 30, 40 years, as it's moved into this new stage and the arise of the computer systems, with the timeline of Gates being introduced as a young man and moving through, and where everything is now digital. And so the shift of the energy on the planet, and in this whole digital age coming in, and then it requires some of the old mindsets, the archaic modes of thinking cannot go where everything needs to go, so it has to fall away, it has to collapse. There has to be sometimes catastrophic events to some of this in order for there to be a change. So I suggest we brace ourselves for what is about to unfold and just become mentally prepared for it, because it's going to get really interesting very, very shortly, I feel. So let's just see what happens next, hey? It's very interesting. So many thousands of ships out there all over. If you just go on the app and have a look at where all the ships are out in the oceans and how that relates to commerce of export import across the whole world, and that is it's all imploding right now. It's not sustainable. It's in dire straits. It's a very serious situation. And then you have all these ex-military people who have filled all the jobs in the airlines, like Southwest Airlines, and they've all walked off the job. Flight control towers, all of them not wanting to get something, the magic serum, and all walking off. So you have I'll say the word governance, okay? That's my disclaimer. Governance. You have governance putting these orders in and mandates by bureaucrats. They haven't even been elected. There's been no election. There's been no referendum or vote from the people. They're just put there. And then they speak, and then the media films them, and the media's, who owns the media? Who are the people that own the media? What is their connection to certain medical industries? It's all there. These people just dare to look and don't just receive information through that mainstream narrative, because when you were born into the system, and then you never questioned the system because you were just taught, look, mummy and daddy, there's a TV box thing in front of me and a man's talking. He must be telling the truth. I trust that whatever that big thing of all those people that tell us what to do, that are looking after them from the thing we call governance, they must have our best interest at heart, and therefore I, by default, have this program that says I must just trust what I am told because that must be the truth and I must follow that information. Really? Really? What about, I've always, and maybe it's been a mental issue of some description, because some people would say that people with ADD and that don't like to just do as they're told and take orders and accept that, and they're like oppositional defiance and they say no. And I've always questioned authority and whether it's coming from an authentic, genuine space that has our best interests at heart. We are organic biological beings, just like organic vegetables and fruit. Then you have the introduction of modified organic materials that have been chemically altered into in the industry to have certain things, and we know that there were things that are harmful to us. Okay, so again, I just say, we and nature, the animal kingdom, including all the insects and the birds and the trees and the grass and all those things out there, we're a part of that organic system. It's been like that while the planet has been a living biosphere right from when life began, and with all the, this is not a physics or, lecture here, but it's a living, breathing biosphere of living beings in a universe probably shared with many other planets around other stars with other organic life forms, all, similar design in the image of, that higher intelligent essence of, this holographic matrix that we call reality. And in the sense, we have to, think about it, that we share this planet with all these other species. Where's the program for them? And it's not about birds and that. It's a human and mammalian thing. Well, they said that dogs can get this thing, right? Where are all the science departments scurrying to make sure that all the vets get that magic serum so that all our pets can have it? What about the deer population in America that they've counted that have 40% immunity already, natural immunity, because it's an adapting thing. It's an adapting thing, right? So, and when we put all these rules in place for our civilization, for our social structure, because we're this prominent species on the planet that's so different to everything else that's here. And so, we have, you can't pass this border, you can't pass this river, and then you look up in the sky and the cocky flies over, and you go, well, the cocky can go where he wants. The crow can fly where he wants. The fox can just swim across the river or whatever. They're exempt from this. And yet we're akin to the very life and essence of what this planet is. So humans are very strange. We go and put all these rules and things up that are offset to being in a harmonic song and dance to what nature is just doing and demonstrating and existing in itself. We have David Attenborough, and he films this shit and he brings it alive to show a perspective of insight, because he is a very insightful man, and he's able to show you things in a particular way that not many people would touch upon themselves in their own lifetime of experience. So it's interesting. It's very interesting what's going on right now. But yeah, heads up, have some backup food, long storage food, I would, because, I'm not sure where this is going, but it's at a critical time. We're at a critical time. It's 2021. I don't think we're out of it just yet. And maybe this whole medical thing is nothing in comparison to some of the other things we're about to witness. So, find within you and within your genetics the courage of your ancestors who lived through the Depression, who found ways to adapt and move through certain times. We may have to just exist and find ourselves finding ways to get through this, and don't just take things and get told things and just do things. You have to challenge. It's like we have to stand up for who we are. It's like guerrilla tactics. If they do that, well then guerrilla tactics. Legally challenge stuff. Don't just go, oh, bugger it, and give up. Challenge it. Go to the courts. Just challenge it, So we need to defend ourselves. We need to stand up for who we are. We need to do what we need to do. And don't just put your tail between your legs and be subservient and just sit down and feel like you're nothing and like you're a victim. You've got to actually challenge things, because something deep down inside you, something deep down inside in your heart tells you that the truth is the truth, and that this other stuff is not a truth, it's a lie, it's a coercion, it's a brainwashing, and it's a manipulation. It's a broadcast, it's a frequency broadcast, it's a manipulation, it's a coercion, and people don't even realize that they're not even having their own thoughts, and they think their own opinions are their own opinions, but really what a lot of people are doing is they're going, I need to have an opinion that represents the majority because I'm scared of being the minority and what that means, because I don't know how to be the minority, because I don't know how to be an independent thinker. I'd rather belong with the minority and feel safe in the minority and go with that, and then turn around and point the finger at the minority and say, you are all wrong because I'm safe over here in the majority and I'm saying this and that's my opinion. It's not your opinion. You're pissed off because you know deep down inside that you've made a choice that you know is not ultimately the truth of the truth within you. And it's been offset, and so you've actually basically given in. You've given in and chosen to do that, to feel like you can belong, because there's a program in there that says, I need to belong with the majority because it is the safest thing to do, because it's safer to be in the crowd, and if you're not doing that and you're going to do the opposite, you're selfish and you're not thinking of others and you're just thinking of yourself, which is actually not true, because Would you drink poison just to prove to a crowd of people that you feel a peer pressure in to prove to them that, you know, you can reside in that alliance? No, it doesn't make sense. Why would people kill themselves? Anyway, just thought I'd share that. I better get off now. So Nanu Nanu, live long and prosper, and I'll talk to you all soon. And yeah, very interesting times indeed. I'm glad I got that rant off my chest. So, yep. Here you go. That's the, you can't really see it, but that's the Eureka Stockade flag of sovereignty. So, I just want to mention there are a number of legal teams, and some of them are even Aboriginal leaders from the Northern Territory, and they're forming a coalition, okay, in Australia, and they're actually readdressing some issues to do with our constitution. So there's some events that have happened in our history with Gulf Whitlam, with certain legislation and documentation of a political nature that has actually transformed the meaning of who and what we are as a constitution. So I don't know if any of you know, but I'll say it now. The Queen of Australia, the Queen in the Australian constitutional system, is actually not even the Queen Elizabeth of England. They just kept it Queen. It's like it might still say Queen of England, but it's not Queen Elizabeth. It's been modified in a documentation and put through a court of law, so it's actually a fictional queen. And so the Constitution of Australia basically, which is registered as a business name in Washington DC. So our whole economy and our whole political system of left and right, it's all a private corporation, and it's actually a business for profit, and it is involved with foreign entities as well. So our political system is outsourced and is operating as a private corporation. It is not really about the 25 million people who are living, breathing, organic humans on this land. Okay, it's falsified. Bob Hawke also fraudulently signed a document in a way that was not consistent with proper methods, and then got a magistrate to actually stamp that, pass it through. No referendum, no vote to the people. Queen Elizabeth did not sign that document in 1983. She signed the front page at the top, but not at the back where she was meant to. So Bob Hawke signed that in. That's high treason. We don't know. Like, this is 1980. How many generations have gone? Like, it's 1983 that happened. 83, 93, 2003, 2013. So in 2 years, it'll be 40 years since Bob Hawke did an act that no one talks about and no one dares to mention, where he actually diverted the Constitution into a different context, which is actually fraudulent. And so since then, and some events in the 1970s from Whitlam, everything is a lie, because if we can, as a body of group of different lawyers, shift that and actually get it investigated and looked into and found to be the truth, then it can create change. Then everything that has happened since then has been a lie. And that includes everything. It includes many probably things. Probably every speed fine, every parking fine, all sorts of things on different contexts is all actually becomes instantly redundant, because it was coming from a fraudulent system that was operating fraudulently. It's like if someone comes around and says, this guy's not a doctor. He's pretending to be a doctor, but he's not actually a doctor. He's a fake doctor. He hasn't actually been to uni, and he's got a fake certificate. The Australian Constitution is in the same context as that. My God. Nanu Nanu, live long and prosper. and talk to you all soon. Bye for now.